Alright, welcome ladies and gentlemen. You heard it, there's Mr. Dan Park at the hot dog stand in the infield. He's filling up, getting a glizzy. Hopefully he doesn't have adverse effects from that hot dog later on during the race. You know how some of that track food can be. Joined by the number 3 car of Forrest Hamilton Jr. They're both filling their tanks before they get out there to start their practice. Technically to start their qualifying run, which is just about ready. Looks like we got about 2 minutes. Sean Patrick in that 26 car special paint scheme for tonight. Sean is also our title sponsor for the series with the Full Throttle Beards Gen 6 series. And then tonight he's our weekly sponsor for the East to West Apparel Company. So find Sean Schneider on Facebook. He can hook you up with some great beard products and some custom shirts, hats, whatever you got. If you got a design, he can hook you up. Sean and I are working on a partnership between FALCONGRAFIX and East to West Coast Apparel. So we'll see what we can work out there and bring some badass merch. So we are at the paperclip that is Martinsville. It's a tough track. Basically 2 drag races with a 180-degree turn at the end that you got to be super careful on. Super easy on the throttle coming out of those turns. You can't get into the turns too hot. If you jump the berms down on the inside, that's going to upset your car. If you go in too hard, that's going to upset your car. You put too much throttle into it coming out of the corner, that's going to upset your car. This is a very tough track. We've been struggling lately with cautions in this series. And then we head to one of the toughest tracks on the series. So keep an eye out. I would expect to see a lot of cautions here this evening. And I won't even be that mad about it. But I do love some short track racing, and maybe we'll see if someone can pull a Bubba Wallace and just send that thing in there deep. Wreck half the field. Hopefully not. We don't want too much work for our race official. Looks like we are getting ready to start our qualifying runs. We'll see who the first car out on the track is going to be. Tom Queering, that number 46 Pilsner Chevrolet. Michael Olson Racing Team. Tom, one of a few Canadians racing here with us in this series. And that's why we always play the Canadian National Anthem. Show some respect to our brothers from the north. Tom was running about 9th place in practice. I know he was playing around with brake bias and steering. We'll see what he can get. First lap down, he got a 19.664. Josh Reed's going to bump him off that pole. Lap number 2 for Tom Queering. A little bit slower than the first lap. Jump on board with the number 15. Ooh, that's a whole lot of chrome on that machine. First lap for the 15 of Josh Fox. He's going to jump up to 4th fastest. See if he's able to improve on that for lap number 2. He was not. Looks like the first lap is definitely the fastest lap for most of these drivers. Donnie Bartlett in that number 29 Yingling F Cancer Ford Mustang. FALCONGRAFIX riding on that one. Far North Motorsports. First lap for Donnie Bartlett. $19.97. Actually, I do believe that was Donnie's second lap. That might do it for everybody who is looking to take a lap. Oh, here comes one more. That number 2 car of Josh Walker. Love the paint scheme on this car. Definitely gives me old AC Delco vibes from back in the Busch Series days. First lap for Josh Walker. Pole vaults him up to 5th. Second lap just a tick slower. So top 5 on the board, we got Mark Kalin, Joshua Reese, Dan Park, Tom Queering holding on to a top 4 starting spot, and Josh Walker. Great run for the 46 machine. Josh Fox in 6th, Dunford in 7th, Hamilton in 8th, Wernicke in 9th, and Dunford rounding out our top 10. Then it looks like we're going to have 6 cars that have opted not to qualify. League owner Dean Qualley being one of them. All right. 200 laps for our East to West Apparel Martinsville race. Ooh. I do believe our stage break is right around lap 55. Starting on the pole, the number 62 car, Mark Kalin. Outside of him, Josh Reese. Dan Park's going to be rolling off in row number 2 with Tom Queering. Josh Walker and Josh Fox in row number 3. Brandon Dunford and Forrest Hamilton Jr. are going to be rolling